Hello, and welcome back to the Kicking It podcast. I am your host, Stewart.
I am Sospita, proponent of Pogba is not world class still, Arsenal fan.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a banger show for you. We'll be discussing, obviously, the previous game week, the recent Hall of Fame inductees, and yes, finally, will Neymar ever win the Ballon d'Or if he's at PSG? Yes, stick with us. Yes, let us begin. Please, so Peter, take us through the previous game week.
Yeah, we had in the top traditional top six, we had Leeds versus Tottenham, ended 3-1.
Fantastic.
We had Manchester City versus Chelsea, ended 1-2. We had Liverpool versus Southampton, Liverpool won 2-0. We had also, since it's a double game week, we had Manchester United versus Aston Villa, Manchester United won 1-3. We had Arsenal versus West Brom. Arsenal won 3-1. And yesterday we had what? Or today we are having Manchester United versus Liverpool to round off the game week.
Yes, let us start with the very recent game, Manchester United versus Leicester. After that game, Manchester United were accused of fielding a weekend team. They were accused of anti-competitiveness. What's your thought on that?
I don't understand. Manchester United had to play 3 games this week. Every 2 days they have a game. So anti-competitive, you have to rotate the team. You cannot play the first team in all competitions. And to be fair, as it stands today, if Manchester United beat Liverpool, they are through to be in the Champions League.
But the argument was that the Man United feeling a lesser team, a weakened team, it would have aided teams like Liverpool, Chelsea, giving them a helping hand. I don't know how. I did not understand it, but that was the argument. Yeah, it was supposed to give a ripple effect to until like the sixth place in the table.
So the argument also in the inverse was that you play the first team every 2 days. Players do get exhausted. So I believe it wasn't anything against Leicester because it's not that Manchester United were beaten 5-0. It was a competitive game. Fortunately, Soyuncu scored for Leicester and they won the game. But anti-competitive Manchester United, nah.
Let us move to Arsenal. 2 wins in the last 2 games. You won 3-1 against West Brom and surprisingly 1-0 against Chelsea. Is it coming a little bit too late?
Personally, I'm going to rant about Arsenal. Arteta, when it does not matter, now starts to play like a competent manager. The teams that he's fielding make sense now. But when there was something to play for, against Villarreal, he played nothing. So for me, it is just playing to the choir when it does not matter.
May I think Arteta or his manager, now if people are seeing what I saw in him all those moons ago, he should continue like this.
No, because the thing is, he has a worse finish than Unai Emery. And because he had a worse finish than Unai Emery, that's why we had Arteta, so that we had a better finish. But now, even in terms of the points we can earn by the end of the season, it will be the worst in so long. So that for me, Arteta, I won't say he's the worst manager. I just believe he's out of his depth. You should have started in a championship side like Brentford or Derby or whatever team you could have started, because Arsenal, too big for this person.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, uptown in form. Do you think this is a turn in a change in his season, considering he's gotten quite a few good goal contributions in the last few games?
For me, Aubameyang is world class. It cannot be debated. He has had the worst season since I think 2012 when he started to play for Borussia Dortmund. So next season we know he's going to come. He's going to bang them in. The thing is, Arteta doesn't have. We cannot tell you at Arsenal what our first 11 is. And that is the problem. So will he be good until the end of the season? Most probably. But next season will be when it matters. Because if he falls, we have another Ozil situation on us.
Arsenal right now, who should go?
Yeah. I think Bellerin has to go. I think Shaka has to go. Lacazette has to go.
No, Lacazette should stay. Best player of the season
Yeah,
for Arsenal.
he has had a good season, but he has to go because this is the season that he has been good in. It has been the upturn of the fact that Aubameyang has been bad. Because if Aubameyang is good, we don't need Lacazette.
But see, the characteristic of a good player is turning up even when the team is not particularly playing well.
Also, the funny thing, since we bought Lacazette, he has never given us numbers that he was given at Lyon. So-
Different league.
But the numbers he hasn't been given, hasn't. Yeah, he's been averaged in 10 digits contributions in his goals, but we bought him the same way Chelsea bought Warner, not to be assisting, but to be banging in goals. So has he been good this season? True, but does he need to go? Yeah, he needs to go together with Ceballos, El Neni, yeah, Shaka, those players.
Moving on to Liverpool, quite a bit of mixed bags of results of late. This week, Sadio Mane came and said that he's currently experiencing the worst season of his entire career. Phew, what can we say about Liverpool?
For me, nobody's in doubt that next season the Liverpool will be challenging for the title. Yeah, we are not in doubt. We already know that they have signed Konate from Leipzig. Yeah, I believe with Jota in their team and a fully fit team at that, and they have added to their centre back pairing, they will be good to go. Personally, I believe they should start employing a 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1 attack structure, because if they can employ three centre backs, Konate, Van Dijk, and what's his name, Gomez as their centre back pairing at the back, and employ what do you call this person, Trent and Robertson as the wing backs attacking. They have got the ability to play like a counter team on the counter attack and score tremendous amount of goals and not concede as much.
Okay. Personally, I think yes, next season they will have addressed the centre back issue, but I think they need more solidity back there. This over dependence on some people, very tricky.
Yeah, but you understand, it is just I think they've experienced Murphy's law this season. Everything that could go wrong went wrong because Gomez is a good deputy, but Gomez also was out. So at least they have made sure that it is not only those two. They have got other people that can fill in.
Yes, Brendan Rodgers, Leicester City, second season running, bottling the top 4 as it seems to be, even though I had said they will finish in the top 4. They are bottling it very badly, even though they beat Man United, yes, which was a weekend team. Do you see Leicester finishing in the top 4?
Yeah, because at least the goodness is that the team that was competing with them, Arsenal beat Chelsea. So they have got at least an edge of 2 points over Chelsea, who have to play Leicester themselves. So I believe Leicester, this season round, fingers crossed, they are going to not bottle it. Yeah.
But like West Ham, I see them, they are coming, even though they are, 6 points away.
Yeah. So
they only need favorable results from Chelsea and Leicester to bottle it, and then they're inside.
Yeah, and that is what the beauty of the top 4 race as it stands now. Well, top 4 up to top 3, you can say it. From 3 all the way to 6, everybody is competing to get somewhere. So it is still competitive because at least from Liverpool all the way to Leicester, everybody has a shout if any of them messes up in any of the games that are remaining, any of the 3 games that are remaining.
The past couple of weeks, I think like 2 weeks ago, the inaugural football English Premier League Hall of Fame, the first 2 inductees were obviously inducted. Thierry Henry and what's his other name? Shearer. Shearer. Alan.
Alan Shearer.
Super striker. It is super striker. Striker Mauru.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you think? Did Henry deserve to be there this early? Considering he has overtaken people like Cantona, Steven Gerrard, John Terry, Frank Lampard, Cantona,
Like,
Dennis Bergkamp.
I think in terms of pure style, in terms of just individual brilliance by themselves, Alan Shearer and Thierry
Henry.
Henry deserved. And as far as the football community goes, the most unproblematic in terms of inductees should be the two, because they, in a sense, do deserve to be there. Yeah, but I can understand from a Manchester United perspective, having dominated the Premier League since its inception, why does it not have one person to represent them? I do not know their thinking, but for me, you cannot say now, as much as a Manchester United player should have been there, that these people do not deserve it. Well, as a beginning, because they represented two different eras of that league, which another era which has been defined by Aguero was not represented. So I think they represented the first two of the.
This might be a sort of unpopular opinion. I don't hate Henry. Personally, nice guy, horrible manager, but you can't do it all. Personally, I think as the first two inductees in the, you should start off with the Abanga. I don't think Henry should have been there.
Who is a banger more than Henry?
Cantona, Wayne Rooney, but he's too young.
Yeah, but you also know there's something that needs to be cleared since you retired. As per now, Wayne Rooney is not retired. He's a player manager at Derby.
But Henry just retired, like technically he did not retire. He just left his coaching role.
No,
like
to
6
retire,
months
you're
ago.
not playing. It's an inductee of the players, not coaching. So the coaching is not the problem. The problem is playing. In terms of pure goal scoring, Wayne Rooney deserves to be there. But you see, there's that technicality that withholds him as per now. But we do know, after these two, it is only Manchester United players that can be inducted.
No,
Fairly.
but the list is long. Surprisingly, very few Manchester United players. You have Drogba, Les Ferdinand, Rio Ferdinand, Robbie Fowler, Tony Adams, David Beckham, Steven Gerrard, Roy Keane, Man United, Frank Lampard, Michael Owen. Man U have dominated. But Van Persie should have been in there. Neymar, Vidic, Patrick Vieira, Ian Wright. Superstars.
But you find that overall, every player, even Henry and Shearer, deserves to be there. So it is up to the committee that picks the team to decide. So in their wisdom, they have decided Alan Shearer from the greatest ever scorer in the Premier League, and Henry, for whatever reason, but at Arsenal he was a player. He was a gem of a player. The same way we can say Aguero has been a gem of a player since 2011. When he came to, what's that team? Manchester City. So, here we are. But we do know that in the next induction, there requires to be a Manchester United player. And there will be a Manchester United player unless they want unless they want to troll Manchester United.
Okay, as we are winding up, this week I came into a recent, quite of interesting discussion. Neymar recently signed quite a lucrative contract, keeping him at PSG for quite a long time. The big question is, Neymar, superstar player, signed his first endorsement deal at 15 years. Still today, people don't think he has lived up quite to his hype or potential.
You see,
will Neymar ever win the
problem with
Ballon d'Or?
The problem with Neymar is what he lacks. Actually, what the people that were below Cristiano and Messi have always lacked. It is consistency. Yeah, in terms of pure and adulterated talent. Yeah, we know Neymar is talented. We know Hazard is talented. We know who else. We know that at least those two players are talented. But you see, in terms of consistency, They lack it. Where they cannot, you cannot say they can come clutch. You see, there are games that they have come clutch for their teams, but most times they don't come clutch. And you do not see Neymar and expect great things. You're watching Neymar and watching and expecting to see if he will fumble it more than he will do produce magic. Yeah, because sometimes it might be the problem is PSG, but also the problem also is he never rises to the occasion at times. And to win the Ballon d'Or, the way that other players are coming up now to the fray, Mbappe, Haaland, and other youngins that are getting into the fray, it becomes a bit difficult because it was Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, then Neymar, I think De Bruyne,
And others.
those other people, and now Haaland is in the fray. Lewandowski is in the fray. There's so many people now. I don't think, in fairness, unless Neymar drags that team by himself, or at least with a majority of effort to win in a Champions League, I don't believe he will ever win the Ballon d'Or.
Because I think Neymar, superstar, when it comes to like personally as a brand, very big player, top quality, like A minus. But this begs the question: Kylian Mbappe contract running out. There has not been really talk of any renewal on the table as of yet. So he might move. Real Madrid talks, rumors have suggested.
Yeah.
Will Mbappe win Ballon d'Or before Neymar?
Now,
Oh no, will Mbappe win Champions League before Neymar?
if he goes to Real Madrid,
If he leaves, that
if he
is.
goes to Real Madrid,
Yeah.
I emphasize Real Madrid, he will win the Champions League.
If he wins the Champions League, hypothetically, when Mbappe leaves Real Madrid, Neymar remains, Mbappe wins Champions League. Will Mbappe win the Ballon d'Or before Neymar?
Most probably. But the competition with Mbappe, we have people. If Haaland also moves to a team that can accommodate ambitions, Manchester City, I was hearing, then it means that we have the making of the most competitive rivalry in football.
Only football.
In football, that replaces the aging Cristiano Ronaldo. And by the way, do you believe Cristiano Ronaldo will remain at Juventus if Juventus cannot reach the Champions League, as the table is showing that they might not be able to reach?
Next season, Juventus, Europa League, who else are in Europa? Liverpool. I highly doubt Cristiano Ronaldo desires to play in the Europa League. Plus, Neymar this week came out and said that his dream is to play with Ronaldo. So, who knows? He might be moving to PSG, even though he has received a lot of slack for Juventus's lack of form this season.
Yeah, so, and finally, last week when we were talking about Manchester City and Chelsea, you said you like both teams to lose, which is improbable. So, which team do you at least wouldn't feel worse if they won that cup, the UCL?
I have actually been thinking about this seriously. I am quite torn. If Man City wins, these fake Man City fans we have here in Kenya, they will start crying. Just nini. But if Chelsea wins,
do the guys will start talking too much?
As in, there's like no win-win here. If I have to pick, I have to say Man City, only because they have fewer fans around me.
They cannot banter.
They have fewer vocal fans around me. If Chelsea wins, people you've never even heard of supporting football teams, they will be coming out, posting screenshots on WhatsApp.
A lot of memes. Bantering Arsenal. So, I'm also torn in terms that I don't like Pep. I believe he's overhyped, but he's a great manager. But he's overhyped to levels that you're like, And on the other hand, I've got a Chelsea fan as a friend who won't let it slip. So, but in terms of a match to watch as a neutral, I'll just go and want Manchester City to win for Aguero.
For
Aguero. For Aguero. If that happens for Aguero, I will be very happy. But if Chelsea win, well, fair play to them. They will have deserved it as far as we know. So, we have come to the end of the Kicking It podcast.
Killer show today, exciting show. Please comment down below on your opinions on Neymar, the Hall of Fame, and other things that you may want us to incorporate. Please make your voice heard here. I have been your host, Stewart.
And I'm Sospita, and that is a wrap.
Yes.